Most High, please block anybody trying to interfere with this reading. Do step in and deliver your messages to we, your children. So, welcome back, or welcome. We're here to continue the messages on Machu Picchu, the Machu Picchu situation. If you've missed part 1 and part 2, I suggest that you go back and watch them or listen to them as a podcast. If you're busy. Let's see, what's the next message that God wants us to know concerning the Machu Picchu case? Okay, so it sounds like I'm getting permission to do a different style of shuffle, the simplified way. Okay. Okay, so the subject matter. We got consistency. So just to recap before we continue, the first part of the Machu Picchu message was talking about the information and who gets sacred information, who want the sacred information, and whether or not they should be allowed to have the sacred information. I spoke about why as well. Okay. The second part was talking about the white people who feel they have the right to their stuff and everybody else's stuff. They have the right to control their clan and everybody else's clan, everybody else's people. God was talking about what's going to happen regarding racism going forward. And now we're on part 3. So the subject matter at this time is consistency. If you are interested in this topic and you missed part 1 and or part 2, I suggest that you go and watch them. And like I said, if you're busy at the time, you can listen to it like a podcast. If you are not sure of my authenticity when it comes to me shuffling and how the messages are coming out, at any time you want to watch the screen and see how the cards come out, you can do so. Okay. So if you've been with me for a long time, you know that I'm the real deal. You don't really need to see the cards getting pulled. You have enough confidence in me to know that the messages that are coming out, they are true, they are accurate. Okay. So proceed accordingly. So as this is not a romantic reading, it is clearly a socio-political reading. we are going to interpret this card as how we interact with each other. So it says dangerous sex, but sex is interaction, okay, period. Whether it's by yourself or with other people, sex is interacting, right? So, but this is dangerous. Let's see the next card. Okay, so we got self-care, but it was in the reverse. Let's check it to see. Feels correct like this. Okay, so it is not self-care, obviously. So when we're interacting with each other in an unfair way, it is not self-care, okay? You're giving yourself reason to have to look over your shoulder. People are always going to want revenge on you, okay? And as we know, the white race is used to going around the world stealing from everybody else and putting their precious artifacts in their museums and making the same people pay to witness their own history, okay? It's not right. So what God is saying is treating people like that is not self-care. You're not helping yourself, okay? And then we had consistency as the subject matter. So let's see how all that plays into it. So the underlying issue is pay what you owe. Stop doing that to people. Respect people's property, respect people's heritage, respect other people's culture, respect other people, period. And that's what part 2 was about when it was talking about how these white people in power treat everybody else and even their own. Okay, so we got pay what you owe. That is the medication. So if you want to fix the problem, you need to give people what belongs to them. Give them their respect. Allow people to manage their own resources, manage their own land, manage their own people. Stay out of other people's business. So we got medication for this sexually transmitted disease. So that means the problem is already, the damage is already done. Okay, so this is history now. So you need medication because you're already sick. You're already messed up by messing with these people and their culture. Okay, possibly messing with their chiefs, their people who are in power. You probably done go in and killed all of them. You kill the ones who are intelligent among them, the ones who are powerful, because you want to weaken the people so that you can overtake the people. Okay, that's what white people in power do. Not all white people, but the ones who have the power, that's what they've been doing ever since they started teaching me about them. That's all I've ever known. Okay, from the slave trade, everything else is always white people interfering with other people's land and culture and their everything, stealing their sacred knowledge, everything, and using it and claiming it as their own. Okay, so anyway, the damage is already done. And I did a reading that was talking about the Indian peoples. For 2,000 years, America was stolen from the people who were originally found there. And they have been planning on taking their land back. So I'm guessing this is why this is coming out. Okay. The white people have already done the damage. They've stolen America from the Indians. Okay. They renamed it and everything, and they claim it as their own. And in order to know where we're going, we need to know where we're coming from. It's not okay for white people to go around claiming America as though America is theirs when they don't know the history of America. And if you know the history of America and you're trying to rewrite the story, that is not safe for you. It is not safe for you because these people are not playing. The Indians want their land back. They want to get their people back in order. They want to reacquaint themselves with nature and get back to the order of things before they were rudely interrupted. And if you're out there right now and you're angry at what I'm saying, you need to do some research or you need to calm the fuck down. Because this is the truth as I know it. And only the truth will set us free. We are in a time of the human story where it is judgment time. All the things that were put wrong are getting ready to be put back right. And nature will not be on your side if you're trying to uphold your crimes. So it don't make no sense to fight. I mean, you can fight if you want to, but I'm telling you, you're wasting your time. Nature don't give a fuck about how you feel. Nature don't give a fuck about what they told you. You need to go and seek the truth about America and who America really belonged to. And what happened to those people. And you understand why those people are angry. And they have been plotting for 2,000 years. To take back what is rightfully theirs. So that means generation after generation, they have been telling their young ones of this ugly history that they experienced with the white man. And they have been training and preparing themselves for that fateful time when they execute whatever plans they have to take back their land, restore their people. And they have every right to. And they will be supported by the whole universe, the sun, the moon, the stars, the water, the plant life, the animal life. So when you see crazy weather start, when you see the animals start acting weird, when you see the sun start doing crazy shit, and the moon, and the food, understand that nature is fighting on their behalf, because these are a people who have always been close to nature. And for their dedication, nature is going to then repay them by standing up for them. Just know that you cannot win this battle. So when you see the Indians come take back over their land, you either get out the way or you go and get messed up. Don't take what I'm saying for a joke. Because I don't come here of myself to speak. I come here on behalf of the Almighty God, the creator and sustainer of all things, to speak. This is prophecy. This is a warning. This is a heads up. Let those who have an ear hear. Let those who have eyes see. Let's continue. So, the sexually transmitted disease is the anger that has been permeating through people who have been wronged by the white man. Let's continue. So we got social media, Kira, bad for business, nature's lessons. So I'm here telling you what I'm telling you on behalf of God, because God care and I care about both parties. The white people who did the wrong to the Indian people, and I care about the Indian people who were wronged. You want me to think that it's bad for business, but nature's gonna show you. Let's read on. Expect a miracle. Nature is going to show you. You cannot win. You will not get to rewrite the story. Evil is not going to win. Do the right thing or lose. Right. And that's it. I'm hearing continue. All right. So we got heterosexual. So in this case, from a socio-political point of view, so a heterosexual is someone who is attracted to the opposite sex. Okay. So this is about the other side. Let's read on. The other side and credit. Be on your own. So credit will be given to the other side where it belongs. And you're going to be on your own fighting, dear white supremacists. I don't even know why I'm saying it like that. White supremacist. Is that a word? Or is it supremacist? Let me see if I'm talking shit. It feels right. A supremacist, often used interchangeably with supremacist. Okay. Is a person who believes their own group is inherently superior to others and should dominate them. Typically based on race, ethnicity, religion, or sex, advocating for control and privilege for their own group. That's what a supremacist is, and a supremacist. While the term supremacist has older roots, meaning one who holds supreme power, in modern usage, it almost always refers to an advocate of supremacism, like white supremacists, and is sometimes considered a less formal variation of supremacist. I didn't say that. They did. So if you think you're fighting against the Indian people to keep holding on to what is yours, you are not. You're fighting against the Indian people and nature. So if you were laughing at me a couple of minutes ago when I told you about the whole universe and fighting on their behalf, the sun, the moon, the animals, the plants, everything, even the people who know the history are going to be on the side of the Indians, because right is right and wrong is wrong. So if you thought that was a joke, nature will show you. Expect a miracle. This is not a joke. We got be on your own and look what's coming next. God. Let's see. God and friends. You see? Should I continue? All right. So we got thief, mother, abstinence. So mother is going to be abstinent. Let's read on. So abstinence, be the version of you that you want to be, according to your customs. Support system, time. And here comes the father energy. Listen to your conscience about your addictions, because you are unprotected in the way that you want to deal with those you have wronged. It's better to love romance. So let's see what this is saying, this last part here. So we got thief and we got mother. So mother energy is feminine energy. That's the energy where you're in receive mode. And we got abstinence. So that means you ain't gonna receive anything because you're a thief. You're not gonna receive anything because you are a thief. White supremacist. You were wrong. And if you don't put it right, God's going to put it right. God and nature is going to put it right for the Indians. Let's read on. So we got be the version of you that you want to be. We got custom, support system, time. And then we got father. So you are planning on doing more. You are still planning on going forward in your wrongdoing. Because that's the version of you that you want to be. It's your custom, and you got a support system. And we got time. And father, listen to your conscience. So do you have time? How much more time do you have before nature itself start to fight against you? Because the father energy is going after what you want. So you have plans to go after winning this battle that you're already wrong in, white supremacist. You don't plan to let America go back to who it rightfully belongs. You have plans to fight the Indians, but God says it's not going to work this time. Expect a miracle. What's a miracle? It's something that happens that don't usually happen, and it's hard to explain. The only explanation you can say is God, or it's magic. Listen to your conscience about your addiction, because you are unprotected in this situation. Nature will not be on your side, white people. So we got romance, groomed, and continue. Practice the love. Continue to admire. So you can dismantle this same vibe that you've been on. homosexual in this case is going to talk about the same, more of the same behavior, more of the same interaction. So God is saying you need to groom yourself, okay, into love. You need to teach yourself to love instead, so you can dismantle this behavior. This is the behavior of stealing people's things, destroying people's cultures, going in and wiping out entire nation of peoples, just so you can have what you want. You have been, are being, and plan to be very ruthless, lawless, because you think that nobody can do anything about it. Nature begs to differ. So you need to practice to love, so you can dismantle this bad behavior and collect a pause in the action. It is in your best interest to pause whatever plans you have, whatever way you plan on interacting with these Indians when they come to reclaim their land. You need to pause and transition. Transsexual is change the way that you interact. So after your pause, you need to change nationwide. Everybody. Y'all need to stop it. We got school or education is infertile. That means it is fruitless. Whatever you've been taught is fruitless. Whatever you think and whatever you've been trained to believe, it's fruitless. All this fear mongering worldwide, all this unfaithfulness and lack of integrity, infidelity. We got aging is an option. Be forever young when it comes to money and family. We got mature grandfather. So grandfather is that energy of having lots. You need to do it in a mature way. So God is saying that aging is an option. You don't have to think, oh, you're gonna die sooner. That if you take care of yourself, you're gonna live long. Okay? But when it comes to money and family, you need to deal with it in a mature way. When it comes to money, when it say family, it's talking about everybody worldwide. How you interact with people, how you go about getting money and possessions and power, how you deal with people. You need to deal with it in a mature way and actually earn your title of grandfather, supreme. If you want to be seen as supreme, you need to earn it the right way. That's what that is saying. You need to do it in a mature way. Because nature is ready to fuck you up. So what nature is doing right now is giving you a heads up of what is to come, so that you could stop, if you're smart, and rethink what you plan to do, and hopefully divert to a better option, or else we will hear of you. We will hear of your demise. We will hear of your loss. We will hear of your defeat. So what story is history going to record for the white supremacists? The future will tell. After that, there's a blank card. So it's like God is saying, that's it. Dear white supremacist. God say, I've spoken. And this is the thing, God be giving people all the information that they need. And they will ignore all of it and go make stupid decisions. And then when it don't work out for them, they cuss God. Like God never warned them. Because God will say, why is life so unfair? The energy you put into the world is the energy that you're going to get back. If you don't want to win a stupid prize, stop doing stupid things. Because what you have not seen in thousands of years, it can happen suddenly. And that's what's about to happen. And if you know these Indian people, you know they are not the type of people to fuck with. They are not the type of people to mess with. Nature loves them. The very air you breathe loves them because they love the very air. They show gratitude for the things that we take for granted. And that's why they're so powerful and favored. That's why they're so powerful and favored by nature itself. Nature will always protect them. So as long as these young ones listen to their elders who have experience with nature and they understand what their elders are telling them, that power is going to transfer to the younger generations. And they're going to be just as powerful or even more powerful than their elders. You can't distract all of them with your shitty music, with your rap music, and your TikTok videos and all that goofy shit. They'll indulge in it and still know who the fuck they are and not lose sight of what the mission is. The mission is justice. Justice for all their ancestors that you killed with diseases and weapons. And all the other things that you did to them. You took their land and you establish yourself on their land. And imagine these people have to watch you every day. With all that pain within them. So they are professional in looking happy. But there's something else in the back of their mind that they'll never forget. So let's see what the next message is. Excuse me. Okay, subject matter of this part of the reading. I don't protect you. Let me let that sink in for a little while. I'm just a messenger. If you shoot me, your judgment is still going to take place, only you won't have any foreknowledge. You won't have any warning. Me coming here and telling you these things, at least you can either prepare yourself, or you could prepare yourself for the defeat. So if you're smart and you still want to roll with your other white supremacist buddies, you yourself would start stashing things away if you believe this message that you're going to lose. If you're smart, you would start putting things away, sending people away, protecting what you treasure. Am I making any sense? If you're smart, you will protect what is yours, what is truly yours behind the scenes. Because this is not going to be pretty. Because I know y'all like to stick to your loyalty and I'm with the brotherhood and, you know, but you're going to lose. The brotherhood is about to lose big. Y'all are not protected. Okay, so the first card is a blank card. And then we've got, I can't hate you. I like you a lot. Okay. So this is God's message. This is nature's message to the white supremacists. So what I'm gathering from this is, what now? You feel like God hates you? You think that God put you on this earth for you to go around and bully people and take other people's things? You feel that God is going to be okay with that? You may raise your children like that, but God is a better father. God is a better mother than you. If you raise your children like that, you're raising them wrong. So God is telling you straight, I can't hate you. God don't hate none of us. This is why I tell people, no matter what you've done, it doesn't matter what you've done, you always have a chance at redemption. God is always forgiving. People don't have to understand your redemption. But a lot of people, they hold themselves back from redemption because they feel like God will never forgive them. God has already forgiven you. It's we who don't forgive ourselves and people who don't forgive other people. But God has already forgiven you. So if you wrong somebody and you go and apologize to them and they don't accept your apology, that has nothing to do with you if your apology was sincere. The correction has already been done. It's on that person to find forgiveness in their heart and to humble themselves. That's how the law goes. We are not perfect. God already knows we're not perfect. Some of us are less perfect than others, but none of us are perfect. And God is always forgiving. God will tap your ass, but God forgives. And look how many warnings God gave. That's why people think God don't exist. Because God gives so many chances to us to correct our behavior that we think God is a joke. That's why a lot of people just disregard God and think God don't exist. Because God is just so patient and merciful and forgiving. God give us chance after 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 chance to correct our own self before it steps in to correct us. I imagine those people in Sodom and Gomorrah, they've been doing what they were doing for a very long time. And they had many warnings. Don't do that. And they just kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And God said, you know what? I'm just going to wipe out the whole world. Because I'm not going to let you contaminate the rest of my precious creation. And if you think that Sodom and Gomorrah is fake, let's bring it to present day. How many land masses have sunk beneath the sea? So if God don't send rain to wash and drown out the filth, God could just sink the land beneath the sea. Go wash off. You're dirty. You need a wash. Nature's lessons. I don't know how this is about to go, but I know that we're about to see some spectacular things happen. So yeah, so God said, I can't hate you because I like you a lot. God love all of us. And imagine, God didn't even send out the love card. God sent out the like card. Is like more stronger than love? You could love someone, but when you like them, I think it's more special. When you like them, it's because they bring you delight. When you love them, because you can love someone without liking them. When you like someone, it's a choice. It means that they have a lot of characteristics that resonate with you in a positive way. So, as broken as you think you are, white supremacist, as imperfect or unloving or or unworthy of love as you might think you are, God begged to differ. God said, actually, I like you. But I'm not going to protect you with your foolishness. Where did that card go? The subject matter. I don't protect you. I'm not going to protect you with your nonsense. I told you to stop. That's what God is saying. I told you stop. How many more times you want me to tell you to stop? You know you're wrong. As much as I like you, I'm not going to save your ass because you need to learn. Because God like you, but God also like the Indians. God also like the Africans. God also like all the other peoples whom you oppress and bully. Do you see where the problem is? And these people aren't doing anything to you, but you're doing a whole lot of wrong to a whole lot of people. So who is gonna find favor in their father's sight? Who is gonna find favor in their mother's sight? The child that's not doing anything. The child that hasn't been doing any wrong. The child that's been getting bullied. The parent is gonna step in to protect that child and make things right for that child. That's what we got going on here. So the underlying issue, let's see, we got I don't stalk you and I don't protect you. So God says, I'm not even going to pay attention. God said, I said what I said. That's why there's a blank card. God says, I've spoken. I'm not going to pay attention to you, so don't even try to pray to me. I've warned you. Who can't hear will feel. God says, I'm not going to mind your business because I already told you how this is going to go. I'm not going to pay attention to you and I'm not going to protect you. Because even if I wanted to, I would be wrong to do that because I'd be teaching you the wrong. And as a good parent, I'm not going to invade your space. You've made your bed, you're going to lie down on it. Because the crimes that you're planning on committing, you haven't committed them yet. But God is here warning you and telling you don't. So if you insist, God will allow you. And then you're going to get fucked up. And the whole world's going to see. And we're going to laugh at you. And I'm going to come on here and say, you see, told you so. Yeah, I'm going to be the one to say I told you so. I'm not going to shut up about it. I'm going to talk about it. You are an embarrassment to your children. People of your own race are embarrassed about you and your behavior. They don't agree with you. So even your own people are going to fight against you because you're wrong. They're disgusted by how you behaved in the past with other nations, enslaving them, going around killing them, stealing from them. It's not a good look. You don't have any support. You will not have any support in the future either. You're on your own. God says, stop this white supremacist nonsense. If you don't want to listen, don't listen. Or we're going to hear about you. We're going to witness your defeat. So this is the last deck to bring messages from, in this case. And then I can move on to something else. You know what topic I want to tackle next? Or very soon? I see there's a lot of talk going around where children are saying, it's a little snippet. It's like the parent is saying, I cook for you, I feed you, I provide you with shelter, and the kids come in saying, but you're my parent. That's what you're supposed to do. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? So I need to tackle the subject of children who feel entitled. Entitled to their parents somehow being slaves to them forever. It's like, you made me, you brought me here. I didn't ask to be here. Yeah, we need to hear from God on that one, because the children have a point. But I know that there's a lot that we don't know, because, okay, the sperm and the egg, they connect. But where does the spirit that lives within that body that start to form come from? Because when a lot of people get pregnant, they don't even know they're pregnant. So yes, the sperm and the egg connected, we created a body, but spirit that lives inside the body, who are you and where did you come from? How did you get into the body that is developing within my womb? Since you want to say that you didn't ask to be here, I didn't ask for you to be here either. Because I wanted a child, but I didn't say who specifically. So how did you get selected? I didn't choose you. And the child is probably thinking, shit, I didn't choose you either. But what is the truth in that case? I'm intrigued. So yeah, that's the topic I want to move on to next. So I'm glad to finish this one. I'm glad to finish this one today, because we need to tackle this subject. Children have sued their parents because their parent asked them to get out of the house. Their parents stopped providing for them. They have sued their parents. I don't know what the outcome was on that though. But yeah, it's becoming a problem. So I won't say any more on that topic. I'll save it for the actual video. It's a very interesting one. Because at what point does the spirit come into the body, into the fetus? And where does it come from? And how is the spirit selected to live inside of that fetus? Okay, so the subject matter of the last part of this message, we got disownership. Disownership. Let it go. Let them go. Okay. Huh. So we got culture. Yeah. White people culture is jacked up. Y'all need to change that. But God was in some kind of house, so we're gonna check to see how we meant to interpret it. Okay. It feels correct this way. Okay, so it's in the upright. So yeah, white people culture, unfortunately, it is a culture of killing and stealing and bullying and deceiving, and it's not good look. I share this shit. That's shit. That's the image that y'all have put out into the world. Okay? Being hateful, being secretly jealous, just being savage, and then you call everybody else savages. Yeah, your culture is one of savagery, and you call other people savages. What, for standing up for themselves? Anywho, yeah, white people, y'all need to create a new culture for yourselves. Create some new cultural practices. Okay, now is the time to begin anew. Okay, so the subject matter was disownership. The message is culture. So the underlying issue, let's see, we got child custody. So child custody is one who is responsible or responsibility of the young. Let's put it like that. Child custody is responsibility, having child custody, you know what? Let me let Google say it, because I think Google will say it better than me. Child custody, now called child arrangements in the UK, refers to legal orders determining where a child lives, who they spend time with, and how parents make decisions, prioritizing the child's welfare above all. So, it is your responsibility to change the culture of white supremacists or white supremacy, so that the next generation can practice maturity instead. They don't make the same bad mistakes that you and your people before you have made. Okay? So this is responsibility for the children. So the underlying issue is you have responsibility for the future generations. Maturity. They will be what you teach them to be. So if you spread your bad behavior, if you teach them your bad behavior, that's what they're going to grow up to be like. And the world isn't going to be very nice to them. So you're setting your children up for failure by teaching them this garbage way of being. This trashy way of being is going to get them fucked up. That's why a lot of them right now are turning away from you, turning away from racism, turning away from the teachings that you all have tried to instill in them to perpetuate the separation and the supremacy. They're not into that. Most of the young people right now, most of the young white people, they don't see it that way. They don't agree with it. They prefer to be loving with other people, experiencing other people's cultures. And they got the right idea. And I know a lot of you might feel like there's something wrong with these children. A lot of you might have tried to force them to be and to think the way of old, according to white culture, which is a nasty way of being. God is going to protect them from you because they have the right idea and you do not. Let's read on. So yeah, you have a responsibility to instill maturity in your children, in future white children, the current white children and the future white children, right? So we got immaturity, missing. Yeah. And abandonment. We got competition, club, work, listening, cycle start, cycle end. Communication, child support, covetousness, wanting what does not belong to you and willing to do anything to take it. That's what covetousness means. That's what white people, that's one of the illnesses that white people suffer from. Covetousness. Being jealous of one's culture, being jealous of one's intelligence, being jealous of everything. So child support, covetousness, mental disturbance, they're going to need to be protected, child protective services. God said prayer works. Like I said, God is going to protect these children from your nonsense. So if you try to force these children to continue this ugly white culture of covetousness, stealing from other people, ruining nations, and overtaking them, God is going to protect them from you. They don't want to do that. So let's make some sense of what exactly is going on here as the underlying issue. We got sexism and generational blessing. Then we got classism, investment in what? Your funeral. So, that part was very clear. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm having a problem with my eating today. My body says yes and my mind says no. Okay. So child custody maturity. Okay. Your responsibility to your children is maturity. So we got immaturity, missing, abandonment, competition, club, work, listening, cycle start, cycle end. Okay. So what I'm getting from up here is like your children are born with maturity. Okay. You have a responsibility to keep that going because the immaturity is already missing. Because when you see a whole bunch of little children together, children of all races, there is no hate among them. Okay. There is no hate among the young. They are taught to hate. So that's what was coming in next. So we got abandonment. Yeah, they abandon the competition. So when children are young and they're put together with different races and whatnot, all they have is unity among them. Yeah, they fight sometimes, but it's not out of hatred. Okay. So what we have is a lot of black and white children and brown children, all the children just getting along with each other. Why? Because I like you. You have personality traits that I like, and that's all I need to know. I don't care about what color your skin is. Okay. We will learn from each other and we will grow together because we like each other. That's what friendship is all about. So they form friendships instead of forming competitions. Then we got club, work, listening, cycle start. So that's you now trying to get into the head. And the cycle start and the cycle end. So that's rejection right away. So it's like God is saying, when you come with your club mentality and you try to work on them, making them listen to your bad teachings, the cycle end as soon as it starts. Communication, child support, covetousness. You're teaching the children to think and be as ugly as you spiritually. They don't want to be like that. It's not cool. It's not progressive. It's not healthy. It's not real. And the child shall lead the way. Let's read on. So teaching them to be covetous and hateful and jealous and be bullies like you is causing them mental disturbance. It irritates your young. The young white children are irritated by your teachings of white supremacy. That's why Child Protective Services energy comes. But God is saying to the children, you can pray and God will protect you from your parents who wanted bring you up being a bad person. And they think that shit is cool and they think it's normal. It's not normal. It's not cool and it's not acceptable and nobody want it. Go be white supremacist by yourself. We will take care of your children. They're not like you. Take that. So we got sexism, generational blessings. So sexism, I need to get a clarification for that. So sexism is generational blessing and classism is an investment in your funeral. So when you want to come with your white supremacy thinking or trying to teach these children, oh, you're better than them. They're black. You're white. You're better than them. God said that's an investment in your funeral. And if they take your teachings, it's an investment in their funeral too. Like I said, we're not going to take their shit. Because the rest of us are out here getting along with each other. If that's not what you're on, then we're gonna just get rid of you. It's time for it to stop. So sexism, because sexism is having to do with gender. Okay, so both genders will get generational blessings. Sexism is more than just that. Let me get some clarification. Secret society, foolishness of your youth. You see? This is what you all are suffering from. We're going to look and see what's on the bottom of the deck. Secret society and foolishness of your youth wanted to show itself. And y'all are married to that. Y'all have held on to that all your life. And now you're trying to teach this new generation to be like that. Look at two cards that are flipped over. We got childbirth and criminal. So you're trying to bring more children into the world and train them up to be like you. They don't want to be like you. They see you as idiots. They see you as the fools that you are. Thank God. You didn't know that the day would come? We're living in a different world right now, I'm telling y'all. So anyway, sexism. Let's get a clarifier for sexism. Because it must be a good thing. It's generational blessing. Because sex is the interaction. Oh, so interacting with each other is generational blessing, supporting each other. But involving yourself in classism, that's going to bring about death and losses and depression, disappointment and stuff. Okay. So the sexism is do you believe I just got it and it just gone out my head. So what's the significance of that? Okay, that it came back now. So sexism is talking about both, like the way that they interact with other races, other people around the world. It will bring them generational blessing. Okay, so it's just normal interaction, because the next type of interaction we got is classism. So we got sexism and classism. But sexism in this case is not talking about looking at gender. It's talking about how the interaction between the different types of people is. So God is basically saying child protective services, prayer works, the way that you interact with each other will bring generational blessings. So by praying, by the children praying to get away from your stupid teachings, it's going to teach them how to actually get along with other people, and then they're going to bring generational blessings. So you ought to thank these children for not listening to your foolish teachings. You ought to be praising this new generation or this new type of white people for not walking in your foolish footsteps. Secret society, foolishness of your youth. And you're still engaging and committing yourself to these stupid rules. Haven't you people studied the effects of your white supremacy over all these years and realized that the shit don't work? Don't you people see what's becoming of racism? Do you think that you have the power? Nah, yeah, you do think you have the power to keep it going, but you need to look for real and speak truth to yourself. Racism is dead. The ideology of racism is dead. Nobody wants that anymore. It's only a very few of you who want that nonsense, and God is about to get rid of you. Nature's about to get rid of you. Okay? So yeah, God said you need to cut out that culture. The children are disowning that culture. That's where the disownership come in. So your children are disowning your horrible culture of white supremacy. They don't want it. And for that, I shall give them a clap. You go, children. Sometimes the children have to take responsibility and play the role of parent. That's life. Anywho, that brings us to the end of the Machu Picchu case, according to what God wants us to know right now. Thank you all so much for watching. Until my next one. Ta-ta.